Hey, what's going on guys? Mqzuba here. And in today's video we are finally back with a Esper Doom Foretold Dance of the Mans list for standard best of one. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This is the fourth time I'm recording the intro, and actually like the second or third time I'm recording the whole video. I've had a lot of microphone problems, just audio being corrupted, sound not being up to par. It's been extremely frustrating. But I basically covered this deck like 5 times out of like just doing an intro and then stopping it, listening to it, and being like, oh, it sounds like crap. So we're gonna go through it again, and hopefully for what will be the last time for this deck, because I really love this deck, and I think it's really, really strong. Like, I'll show you guys. I have a really good win rate with it. I've been running it for the past week or so, 20-6. Like, that's pretty solid, especially in best of one, where a control deck is holding its own against other control decks in aggro and mid range and stuff. So we'll get into it. One Bloodchief's Thirst blows up planeswalkers and creatures. Planeswalkers is relevant because you'd be surprised, run into Ashiok sometimes, and if not, cheap removal for aggressive creatures, stay alive to get into your late game. Birth, hit your land drops, it's why we run more planes. Omen of the Sea, you guys know it, Doom Foretold package, get it back with Dance, blink it with Yori, and draw cards. Heartless Act, stay alive, drown in the lock. I got inspired by this from the confounding conundrum lists that were going around in Omnath was a thing. Post bans, I think this is still one of the best decks in the meta, especially because of Dance of the Mance. Like, this card is super explosive, can get you back into pretty much any game if it resolves. But yeah, if like mid to late game, if you can resolve a Drown of the Lock, you're really, really far ahead. 2-mana Counterspell is great with the flexibility of it being removal. People are filling their own graves all the time, like with these Rakdos mid-range decks, so Drown is pretty on. If you're having trouble resolving this, or you find it's a dead card a lot of the time, replace it with more Heartless Acts, or maybe like one Heartless Act, one Dispute, which, yeah, we'll talk about this Dispute in a second. Mazemind Tome. Basically, I swapped out the 4 confounding conundrums for the 4 Mazemind Tomes, and I love this card. I think that it gives the deck a huge edge against other control mirror matches. You can just draw so many cards, get very, very far ahead. You can blink it with Yorion to reset like 3 counters on it to draw another set of 3 or 4 cards. If you sacrifice it to your Doom Foretold, you can get it back with a Dance of the Mance and keep going. The only nombo with it is that if it exiles itself, well, obviously you get the life, which is great against aggro, but you won't be able to dance it back. But that's okay. We usually don't end up exiling this thing unless we really, really need the life. And if we really need the life, then resolving Dance isn't a priority. So I think that the 4 work really well. Omen of the Sun, one of the weaker omens, great sack fodder, gets you some life and some blockers. I wouldn't cut it. I like this card. 2 Disputes. Against non-aggressive decks on the play, it's a 3-mana counterspell, which is slow, but it's playable. It's not bad. And against counterspell heavy decks, like a 1-mana counter summons Yorion. Like, I had one of these games that I want to be in the video. It was like super good. It was like a 25-minute game against Azorius Control where we basically had 2 Disputes in hand and it was like late game. And we got 2 Yorions for 2 Disputes. Like, it was glorious, which, by the way, I'll talk about the Yorion matchup for a minute. You can make this an 80-card deck, and I do think an 80-card deck would be better. I just haven't tested it out yet, so I'm going to show you guys what I've been working with and what has been working. Like, 76% win rate isn't a joke. So yeah, if you guys want to make it a Yorion deck, increase the land count by about 10. You can add a bit more temples, the white-black one, a couple more basics, maybe some like Hagra Maulings or the Shock lands, the white one, maybe the blue one. Yeah, we'll keep going. Elspeth's Nightmare. Against all the graveyard decks that are running around, this card is great. Dominates the... Like, it's a really great mid-range card. You can blow up a creature, basically turns into some sort of agonizing remorse, and exiles the yard. So, like, I'm thinking of the Rakdos Kroxa decks and the Ox of Agonis and all that stuff that are going around. Like, this card has proved to be really useful. I wouldn't run more than 2, and I might even cut it down to 1, but I think that even playing it against control, if you have nothing better to do on 3, to like basically have a thought erasure as a ticking time bomb and then sacrifice the Doom Foretold because you don't care about the graveyard effect, like, this card finds uses. 2 Blessing, definitely not 3. I've tried 3. It's dead too often. You want to have a more impactful turn on turn 3 than drawing 3 cards. Like, you want to be able to interact with your opponent, unless you're going Blessing into Doom Foretold, which doesn't happen all that much. Your Blessing will probably get you killed at some point in any aggressive matchup. Against any non-aggressive matchup, 2's good, and you have plenty of card draw regardless, and card advantage with the ECDs, Births, Omens, and Maze Mind Tomes. For Doom, don't have to cover that too much, it's kind of like the namesake of the deck along with the Dance. 3 events because we're in best of 1, and Exile is really, really good. We don't play Shatter because we don't want the double white cost before 5 mana. Yorion is great. You can blinks all your permanents, get a whole lot of value. It's actually one of the only things, actually the only creature we can get back off ECD, but we run this more as a tax and as a removal spell that like hits planeswalkers and stuff. Honestly, ECD isn't my favorite card in this deck. It's okay. I was experimenting without it, and I was experimenting with it. It hits some really useful things, and being able to cycle it off Dance is important. But yeah, you can trim this down, and I wouldn't hold it against you. Dance of the Mance. I've been running 2 and 3 copies of this. I settled on 2 because against aggro in your opener, it's basically a mulligan to 6. Like, yeah, you don't want this against aggro unless it's super, super late game, in which you were probably going to win anyways. And if you really need to find it against any control deck, you can dig for it really well and like really hard. And if you can resolve 1, you probably don't need to resolve the 2nd, but if you do, it really will be game over. Mana base is skewed a bit towards white-blue because of our double white and quote-unquote double white costs here. And you can search, and a bit more planes because you can search for them off Birth. Pathways are really good. Fable Passage. I wouldn't run any DFCs in the 60 card version. I don't think you really need them. And paying life is not what you want to be doing. But yeah, guys, I think this is one of the most powerful decks in the format right now. I'm surprised it doesn't get played as much as it does, aside from the fact that it is a really slow, grindy deck. But yeah, hopefully this intro sounds good, like audio-wise. Deck list will be in the description down below. And let's get into some games. Alright, yeah, hand seems pretty good. Got some removal, got some card draw, got all my colors. ECD, sure. In the dark, why not? Green? Alright, I don't hate ECD against green. Let's get the tome down. Put a stop in case I want to use it, which I don't think I will. Hopefully just raw mono green aggro. Alright, Scavenging Ooze. Sure. Alright, let's go for a scry. Yeah, 4th land is good, sure. Make sure we keep hitting the drops, and yeah, we'll pass. Probably just go for the Heartless Act here. The ooze can't grow right now. Take 1. Opponent probably slams the Lovestruck Beast. Your vote. Okay, that's fine too. Scry, don't need another tome. And sure. Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, let's go to main. Okay, cool. Grab a 2nd black source. It was either that or blue. And yeah, let's play out the Doom Foretold. Put a stop on my upkeep. Pass the turn. Alright, so I've noticed that Doom is really good against mono green because they typically deploy 1 threat a turn. And if you can handle that on curve while, you know, getting value out of your cards, then you're in a really good spot. So opponent can pick up my life total a little bit. Glad I scryed up this tome. I will scry here. Another Doom. Yep, sounds good to me. And don't want to scry because tome will exile, and we want to sacrifice it. So let's go for a 2nd blessing. Pick up some cards, hopefully hit land. We hit land, and it's not black, so we'll cast out the tome. Pass the turn. Alright, put the stop up here in case. And we do hit the land. I don't think we're going to be using the scry. I think I just kind of want the cards out of it. Okay, opponent on 6 mana. Love Struck Beast. And what else? Gem Razor? That'd be okay with me. No? Okay, sure. Opponent doesn't want to see the Gem Razor plan. Let's go for second blue. And I think we just get Doom Foretold taking again. And if not, just draw a card off the and with the extra mana, just draw a card off Tome. Get slowly and slowly ahead. Or slowly get more and more ahead. Sorry. Ram through. Yeah, I don't really care about this 2/2. That's okay. That is not why we play the Doom Foretold. Just a bonus. Yep. Opponent can get in there, no problem. We'll pick up the card. Blood Chief's Thirst. And let's go to the Blessing. Not that difficult of a call. How much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, alright. We'll hold open the double counter spell. Sure. Nice. More instant speed interaction. I figured I'd be able to find more based on the Tome draw and the Castle draw. Or sorry, the Doom Foretold draw. Questing Beast. Okay, hold on. This says that you can only cast creatures or activate abilities, so let's dispute that. I don't think they're allowed to pay for this, like use the mana to pay for dispute. Yep, didn't think so. And we get him. So yeah, guys, from here we easily just control out the rest of the game. Like, winning might take a while, but we have draw more cards, counterspell, and eventually we'll resolve Dance and just bury them. Alright, hand is a little bit awkward, no blue mana. But we are guaranteed 3 lands. And we'll find the blue mana, right? What's the harm? Opponent mulligans. Man, I swear, every time I have a sketchy hand and I keep it, I feel like the opponent mulligans a lot of the time. Alright, let's start out with the Swamp, because we know we're going to play it as one. And, okay. Let's play the Tome instead, and dig us deeper towards blue mana. Alright, Robber. We're both on 5 cards, so Robber doesn't look that great. But yeah, so the game right now is going to be look for blue mana. Upkeep Scry. Anything? Ooh, Heartless Act isn't bad. Yeah, no, I have to do better. It's too slow. That's not great. We have to hit land, and I know I just shuffled away a bunch of cards in order to do that, and there was blue mana on top of my deck. Alright, Upkeep Stop. Be careful when you mark this. The game is not very forgiving. If we can find an untapped land within 2 scries, it'll be great. Watch that be an untapped land, and okay, at least that one wasn't. But it was a good playable. Alright, Moment of Truth, let's go. Untapped land. Ideally blue. Nightmare, ooh. Nightmare can be pretty good. If I don't take this, what am I doing? Probably nothing, right? 4th land is Doom Foretold, though. Alright, let's go. Easy 4th land. Come on. Easy 4th land. Alright. Not a blue source, but 4th land is a 4th land. Get double black online, and I can call even, but do I even want to Doom Foretold? Yeah, I think I get it down now while I still have the permanence to sacrifice. Opponent can resolve an Elf's Best Nightmare on me. Okay, they hit 4 lands easily and smoothly. Okay. And there was another untapped blue source. Block the robber. If they have a combat trick, so be it. Yep, so be it. Okay. Sacrifice the birth. Unfortunate. Call even here. This will get me a card. The opponent will have to discard, give me a card. I feel like that was the right play just because I'm trying to hit blue mana. And at long last, deck does deliver and we hit blue mana. Also, like, awkwardly fighting, we did get a fair amount of, like, not card advantage. Yeah, card advantage. We're really ahead. And this can turn into 4 life at any minute, like any given moment. And ask and you shall receive double blue mana. Alright, cards in grave. 3. We can blow up the giant. But we don't have access. We can blow up the giant, draw a card, counter something, draw a card. Alright, let's pass. We can play at instant speed. Or pseudo counter something. Like an Ember Cleave does not make it through. Do I even give them the opportunity? I don't think I do. I'll take the 2 points here. That's fine. If the Charger wants to trade with my Knight, I'll take that trade. Second Charger, yep. And we'll draw our first card off the tome. So, card and 4 life. Okay, that's a good one. Get more blue mana. I can play this for odd. I think I can attack. I don't think I specifically need to make that trade right now. Yeah, opponent takes it. Sure. We'll pass, hold open dispute. I think the opponent has an Evercleave. So let's go to blockers. Cleave, no. I want that in the graveyard. I don't want them to resolve a cleave because it puts them in a position where they can top deck hasty creatures and equip it. So I think just outright countering it is the correct play. So yeah, aggro's looking pretty good. Alright, the opponent starts, but we have a really grindy hand. We got turn 2 Mazemind Tome into a Doom Foretold. Dance is here, all our mana. Let's go. And of course, mono red. During the earlier games I recorded, I faced a lot of control. Like, when I tell you a lot of control, I am not under exaggerating. And I was facing 80 card Yorion piles everywhere. And I kind of wanted some of those grindier control games in here. But, as I said in the intro, the audio was just not cooperating for it. Also, yeah, check me on 15 life with 1 tap land out the way. Love that. Get the tome down. Try to scry our way to some life. Turn 3 birth means turn 4 Doom Foretold. That might be too slow in this spot. Unless we can scry our way to an extinction event. Or just removal. Got 3 in the deck, a bunch of Heartless Axe. Let's go. Scry me a river. Nope. We already have the lands this game. We are looking for the spells. Drown. Okay, that's an interesting one. That doesn't actually kill anything the opponent has, so Heartless Axe would be so much better in that spot. So let's go for the draw. And that is really bad. Okay. Nothing more really to be said about that. I guess we'll go grab planes. I think we're just dead here. I think that the lack of sweeper into the board that we've kind of generated is just really, really slow, and I think we're just dead to an Embercleave here because we've done a bunch of do nothing over the course of this game. Yeah, Embercleave is 3, and they have 3 mana if they have it. It's just disgusting. They go to first strike damage. Alright, down to 3. Okay. Let's scry. Board wipe. Heartless Act. Does that do anything? Yeah. I mean, keeps us alive, doesn't it? Kinda wishing I didn't draw off that. So we're at 1 life right here. Theoretically, I can also play Doom, and they sacrifice that, and we're still at 1 life. I think I... Man, alright, this is tough. Okay. Let's get another blue source. And more Doom deck, let's just go for it. We've drawn some of the worst cards against aggro in our entire deck. So, okay. I'll put the stop on the upkeep. It literally might not end up mattering. If the opponent even has a Bone Crusher Giant for my face, I lose. Heartbreaker. Let's see if they have the cleave. I'm just curious. Torbrand. So are we dead anyways? Yeah, I think we're dead regardless. Yeah, we're dead whether or not they had the card. Too slow. Okay, wow. Hand is interesting. Let's go. I don't love seeing Dance in my opening hand, but I feel like having the tome into the event is really like calming in a way because I have answers to aggressive cards, I have answers to like a grindier game, and all I faced in this yes, very individualistic session of recording. No, I'm completely joking. It's just because I've done so many of these. If you guys aren't sick of hearing it, yeah. It's just I haven't really faced much mono green food. I made this deck before it was very popular. And don't get me wrong, like it's not a bad thing. I just new to me. So we're figuring this out as we go along. I imagine Doom Foretold has something to say about the matchup. So Trail gets them cards with 1 food, so it's just a worse Maze Mind Tome, all in all. Gets them 3 life each time they do it, but it will become a more efficient Maze Mind Tome later. Okay. Goose makes a food. They can use their trail again. And if this mono green player is aggressive, then we're in a good spot. Let's go for white. Another tome, that's nice. Okay. Black. And we'll play out the tome again. I am completely prepared to outgrind a green deck. If they want to hit me with creatures, I will Extinction Event them. In the meantime, I can just relax and draw cards off my tomes. That's not good, that blows up my tomes, but it's okay. Extinction Event can handle it, hopefully. And I'm going to need a Doom Foretold in the near future to deal with the Trail of Crumbs. It's the, as you guys probably know, it's the main way we deal with these permanents. Yeah, draw looking really bad today. Oh man. Alright, targets this one. Still got a card off it, so no biggie there. More land, and if it goes to the graveyard, it means I can always dance it back. So that's okay. Second trail, alright. And their quote-unquote goose is tapped. Alright, a little bit too much land for my liking. I was sort of hoping we'd find more action. i.e. Doom Foretold, but it's okay. Not a huge deal. Exile this. Even. Still nothing in the graveyard for Drown in the Lock. The opponent is not feeling their own. And Event does not play super well with that. Okay, Troll King. Sure. Make some food. I mean, we can exile the Troll King, which is kind of funny. Nightmare? Sure. Blessing. We can get cards, alright. That, let me tell you, we can do that. Thin the deck for what? Black? Sure, I'll grab a bit more black. Play an event calling even. Let me just check. 1, 2, 3, 6. Yep. Exile their Troll King because that is a big engine piece of their deck, and hold open either. Well, I can play the Nightmare. I think this can hit a Goose though. So I'm debating whether I just hold open quote-unquote Drown, or if I just cast out the Nightmare, or if I cast the Blessing, but I don't like the Blessing because it puts me up to 8 cards. Maybe that's not the worst thing in the world, because I can start blinking with Yorion. Alright, let's Blessing. Put some stuff in the graveyard to dance back, unless we just draw a lot of land. In which case, probably just discard on tapped lands. Okay. I like our position a lot more with our 3 most powerful cards in the deck here. Scavenging Ooze. Well, that can ravage my graveyard. Good thing we didn't put anything else in there but the Tome. And it does die to the Nightmare. So I'm not hating this spot. Get out. What, more white mana? Sure. Nightmare up. Yep. Nightmare up. And now, Yorion gets a lot of value. Gets me 3 more cards, or I can start getting rid of their trails. How am I looking here? I think the main way they get back into this is with the Trail of Crumbs, getting them more cards. So I think we just try to make that I got the least likely. Okay, pardon me. I think we try to make that as like the least likely possible. God, I hate talking. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't hate talking. I'm just rambling right now. So Gemrazor is a reason to not play the Doom Foretold. Triple Gemrazor in a matchup, really good on Triple Gemrazor against Doom Foretold is quite frustrating. They can, if they find they can do a 7 mana. They can mutate Gemrazor onto Gemrazor, blow up 2 artifacts or enchantments. But I think we're still in an okay spot. That takes up their entire turn, and we're nearing up on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we're on 8 mana, so we can dance for 6. Opponent has not hit a land drop either, for the record. So, Gemrazor onto Gemrazor, no surprise there. Cards engraved 2. So, yeah, probably just the Doom and the Nightmare. That's fine. Had a feeling that would happen. Okay, Omen. That's a pretty good draw. Dance right now gets you back 2 cards, which is... it's okay. Not amazing, it's not horrible. What are the odds that they draw the next Giant Killer? Probably... sorry, Gemrazor. Probably bad, right? So let's go for this. Go for the Omen. I mean, these are cards. See, I was planning on playing this and then immediately blinking the whole board to get a litany of new cards. But I don't think, like, the Doom Foretold plan is just so efficient. Maybe I just am supposed to go for the explosion of value, though. Okay, so I can't event and Doom Foretold. So yeah, I think it's just 1, 2, 4, 5. Make sure we hold up blue-black. I'm not sure why the auto tapper was so against that. And Yorian can block this, so not that worried about my life total. Next. And pass the turn. So they can draw a bunch of cards throughout the course of the game, like with Trail, as I was saying before, but we have access to a much more efficient card draw engine. Ditch the dispute. Keeping that was probably a mistake, and I figured I'd hit land, but no biggie. Alright, using their mana to draw cards. I mean, I did do that exact thing. And they only have 2 cards in grave, 3 in exile, so drown. Yeah, not looking great. But I do think we're in a good spot. If they run fight spells, we can counter them. If they don't do anything else with their turn, we can always just draw off the tome. Okay, Scavenging Ooze is counterable. Garen Brig. Good mana source. Lots of options with this deck. Henge. Ooh, okay. Okay, we can't do anything about that right now. We can ECD it. But we can do something about that. Alright, so Drown actually hit something, to my absolute dismay. I know, shocking. Okay, I'll take that block. What do you have? Vastwood Fortification. Oh my god, okay. Did not play around in Vastwood Fortification. That's on me, guys. Alright. I think we're just gonna try to scry to land here. I don't think we're gonna have the mana to use the tome. Birth. Birth gets me to play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That'll put me at 9. The birth. And is that enough for what I want to do? I want to ECD and Doom Foretold. So I guess it is. Yeah, sure. This can stay. Uh-oh. Don't want to do that. I want to pass the main first. And maybe we do tap double blue. Gotta watch out for the blessing. Make sure it doesn't kill me. Last plane's in the deck. Uh-oh, I miscounted. That's not good. I miscounted my mana. Okay, what do we do? So, dance isn't great. I think I could just hold that off for one more turn. Call even on this. On the double Gem Razor. And play the Doom Foretold. Okay, so yeah, this deck is really, like, this game has really seemed like it has been against the control deck. Oh man. No, it's not like they called the Green Gandalf for no reason. And another trail, sure. Opponent's gonna sacrifice theirs right now to the Doom. Alright. And what's left in the opponent's hand? Goose? Alright, trying to get on a train of drawing cards. I see. Alright, well it's two creatures. Cheap, efficient. Opponent's probably feeling pretty good. Oh, they hit 3? Man, am I regretting using that event. Alright. They don't whiff. Opponent is incapable of whiffing. Okay. Let's just try to hit land, I guess. I don't have the mana to use the tome right now. Yeah, let's get rid of the blessing. I'm getting a little bit low and these creatures are making me kind of nervous. Upkeep Scry here. Another Omen. I'm pretty sure I just put you to the bottom. Okay, we hit land. Alright. So how am I doing this? Alright. I was about to do some calculation on what color I wanted. Misclick. Sure. Alright, we have 8, 11 mana. Okay. So we can dance. For the Nightmare, Treacherous Blessing, and a Doom Foretold. I don't think that does it really. I think the play is ECD into Yorion. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's get the henge. The text from the ECD really blocking it. And okay. I am gonna leave the tome on 4. So I'll blink this, and okay. Am I going to leave the tome on 4? I might need the only way I lose this game is by being cheesed out by like a Wicked Wolf fight kind of thing, so I think I leave this on 4. And use it to gain life and hit a massive dance next turn. Okay. Yorion gets in there. Birth. I think I'm out of planes actually. But it's okay, it's more food for ECD. That will make it indestructible. We will not make it... Yeah, see, no planes left in the deck, that's okay. Yeah, no, eating that food doesn't do anything. Bloodchief's Thirst, yeah, sure. Cheap removal. At this stage in the game should be bad, but hey, we've seen crazier things. So let's all get reacquainted with what this does. Deals damage to an opponent's target creature with flying. To its power, to a target creature with flying an opponent controls. Okay, escapes 3+1/+1 counters. Alright. Can it escape? Escape cost 4 of the cards. Yeah, they can get their Arachneer back. Big boy Arachneer. Can fight Yorion. Wait, can they? It's a base 1/2, so it becomes a 4/5. No, it cannot. Alright. Sorry, I just haven't played too much with this card. I don't play much rogues, or I don't play much best of 3. And if I do play best of 3, it wouldn't be with a green deck. I'm not a fan of green. Alright, digging out the trail. You'll love to see it. And ooh, that's not what you want to hit off your trail of crumbs. You don't want basically 2 lands. And we get it. Oh guys, it was gonna be glorious. I was gonna get the biggest dance. It was gonna be huge. It was gonna be thick. I'm sorry for the rough commentary of this game. Just grinding out against mono green food just left me in a oof spot. Alright guys, and we are back. So, had a little bit of iffy commentary in the middle there. Had some bit of fumbling, but I hope you guys can get past that. I hope you guys enjoyed the deck. Sorry I only got to face green and red, but I promise you guys I have hours of footage against Azorius Control and Rogue Mill and just raw rogues. If you guys want to see it, just ask. The audio is god awful. so that's the only reason why I haven't included it here. But yeah, Esper Dance. I really, really do think this deck is great. I know I didn't resolve a Dance of the Mans today, but I don't have much more time to record. But take my word for it, this card in the Yorian matchups against any sort of mid-rangey mirror absolutely takes over the game. Just imagine that last great game against Green. We untap, cast a Dance, get back a bunch of artifacts and enchantments, and we already have card advantage. It's just win more at that point. But I've also had plenty of games where you just top deck it down to the mat, so it's like your last one or two cards, and you play it, and you just get back. You just get this huge tempo swing, and you're back into the game. So yeah, one card I really wasn't impressed with today. Mostly in this session, but in general, it's sort of iffy for me. Is Drowning the Lock. It's a great card, but it's a lot better against like Rakdos Self Mill. So for best of 3, definitely side this. Like, bring it in against any deck that's filling its own yard. But in best of 1, I'd probably cut this. It's falling out of favor a little bit. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Sorry again for the week of content that I missed. I've been trying to record this video for like 3 days. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.